So hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the farm. I've got my scrunchie ready to go, right? You know, because it's going to be balled up here in a few minutes in a scrunchie. So look, here's the deal. We are about to get a massive thunderstorm and my husband is rushing home with a load of hay. I know, good times. We thought we could beat it. We're going to beat it. We're going to beat the storm. We're going to beat the hail. Yes, we are. I curled my hair for nothing, but it's going to be worth it. My, oh my, we're trying to beat a thunderstorm. Look what's coming in. First, it said that it wasn't going to start raining and thunderstorming again until about 9 p.m. So we planned to do a couple of things and bring in a load of hay. And then it got moved in just the last hour or so to about 7 p.m., which right now my clock is telling me it's 6:46. So we have a massive rush going on. So let's get this video rolling because it's starting to rain already. James is going to be so upset. But I told him, I said, don't stress about it. We will get this put up. Don't worry about it. If it rains, it rains. We're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. So he's on his way with hay. So we have a lot of things to talk about. First of all, welcome back to the channel. Give me a hug. Hope you've had a great Wednesday. And are having a great Wednesday night. Hopefully I'll have this video up tonight or not first thing in the morning on Thursday, hopefully. So let's talk about a few things real quick. And, I don't want to go negative Nelly, but give me a hug, give me a hug, give me a hug. Oh, I've missed you. Thank you so much for your kind remarks on the last video and all of my videos. You guys are such a great community, but we all have our concerns about what is going on right now. And, it's kind of like, are the turkeys coming home to roost? You talk about, the chickens coming home to roost. There's a lot going on right now that is showing the hand of those who have not been responsible or of those who don't want to be responsible. And then we're going to talk about real quick, which I may make a separate video on, like I mentioned yesterday, the 5 rule. Okay, first things first. So we know about student loans. What's come out about the student loans and what's going to be happening on May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, I guess. The government wants their money. They want you paying your loans, y'all. The banks want their money. People want their money. Things need their money now, right? Like you need more money because of inflation and different things like that. So the reason I want to hit on this is because I am seeing, not a lot, but just a little bit because I haven't been online a lot today. Somebody I follow on Instagram who's very conservative, outspoken. I'm pretty confident that this individual is probably at least 40 years old, right? So this isn't somebody that's like 21 years old, okay? Not that that matters. I'm just saying we're talking about someone who is more than an adult, owns a home, and actually has a teenage son who looks to be about 16, 17 years old, okay? And this person voted for Donald Trump and is angry about the whole deal in terms of basically being garnished, I guess, to get the student loan payment back. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details of what's happening with that. I'm hitting on the point of, I'm sorry to say this. What have you been doing the last 4 to 5 years? I mean, I know of individuals that have paid on their school loans over the last 3 to 5 years, regardless of being deferments, regardless of no interest. Because my advice to this one particular individual was, I don't care. You have a job. You're being given a break. Make the payments. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. At some point, they're going to want their money, honey. Do not be like other people and let that slide. And then what if you're doing great right now and you lose your job in a year? Okay, you've got to think outside of the box down the road. Everybody is so impatient and they live in the moment now. Everybody lives in the 60 seconds or less TikTok world. If you don't teach somebody how to do anything in less than a minute, you're not a good teacher. People want things for free. They think that they are guaranteed a job. They think all of these things. Now, I'm not talking about anybody necessarily here, but I am saying that these are things that we are seeing in society. They just assume they're never going to have to pay something back. I've had people tell me here, and we've talked about this before, and I'm sure you've seen this too. I've really hammered in on this farm and family being as debt-free as possible, which we are, and encouraging you to be as debt-free as possible, no matter get out of debt as much as you can, as quickly as you can. Use what method works for you. I like the snowball by Dave Ramsey. Whatever. Just do it. It's going to hurt at the time. Of course it is, because you're being responsible. It's not supposed to be fun. It's fun taking on debt. It's not fun getting out of debt, right? So what have all these people been doing here? This lady is a Trump supporter, and she is ripping the lady I'm talking about on Instagram, who I like. She's ripping a new one today. And I thought, you're an influencer. You're on social media. I know you're getting paid. You have a house, you have a son, you have a husband. What did you think was going to happen? Just like I was saying, these people that have commented to me and probably to you too here, when I tell you, focus on trying to be debt-free. I've been saying this for years. I've been working on this for 20 years myself. And I'm just sitting here going, what do you mean you don't think you're going to have to pay anything back? If the economy falls, or if we go into a deep depression, recession, or an economic collapse, there are people out there that just think they're never going to have to pay anything back to nobody. That it's just going to be gone, and you ain't going to have to do anything. You're finding out different, aren't you? And that's not me saying that doesn't make me good, bad, or indifferent. It's stating a fact. You took out a loan. I didn't expect somebody to pay off my house. I don't expect somebody to pay off my car. We had, in 2007, if you know our story, I'm not gonna go into that. We had $30,000 in school loans alone. We had a van, we had a car or a truck, we had school loans, we had credit card debt. I had a whole coming to Jesus on February 14th, 2007, and we sold our house and everything that we could and changed our lifestyle, got out of debt completely, everything but the house at that time that we literally downgraded to, and it was still a decent home and I loved it. But my point is, we bit the bullet. We paid everything off that we could except for our home at that time, and we didn't expect anybody to bail us out. We didn't have a bailout. Okay? And it just so happens that in May of 2008, which was 15 months later, I lost my job. But you know what? But because I listened to what I felt was the Lord and good reasoning, we got out from underneath that long before we got slammed with the Great Recession of moving into 2008, 2009, 10, et cetera, et cetera. We at least made it. We didn't have to file bankruptcy. We didn't have to do anything. We at least were making it, right? So how did I know 20 years ago that I was going to have to pay my debts? My parents didn't school me on that. I just grew up that way. You paid for your debt. So why are these people who are even claiming to be Trump or MAGA, why do you think you don't have to pay things back? I don't understand that. Why? That ain't me talking. I mean, for real. So not only that, but then I saw today this woman, absolutely from my last video, is so angry because I am trying to continue to talk about and encourage you to be as debt-free as possible and to continue to prepare and to talk about the things that we've always been talking about here on this channel, which is, I personally believe we are fundamentally in a depression. If you took away all the props from the government and all the credit card and all the school loans that everybody's been living off of and not paying back and all these things, and everybody had to actually grow food and live, and you compared yourself to 100 or 90 years ago, yes, you are in a depression. That's my personal belief. You won't change it. You may not agree. That's fine. But because we're having a discussion about it, makes me an alarmist and basically hating on Donald Trump. I didn't blame Donald Trump for it. I told you a long time ago, just like so many of you will agree. Hang on a minute. This is getting ridiculous. Just like so many of you, hang on. Let's clear this so I can see my husband zooming in. Get a little air, because I want it to be airish. Why is it that because you are a conservative or you are MAGA or you voted for Trump, that because we're talking about the reality of where we are in terms of people with maybe school loans, whether it's about debt, whether it's about the state of the economy, that doesn't have anything to do with me hating or liking or supporting or not anybody. It's where we are. And it's not going to change for me or you or them over there because they voted a certain way. People and things are going to want their money. If you owe money, you signed the dotted line as an adult. I don't care what you claim as your circumstances. That was your responsibility. Now, I do understand that in a bad economy, people have lost their jobs and they have some hardships. You need to figure that out. Call the bank. Call your loans. Work something out. But for somebody to think that somebody else is just going to dismiss it, come in and take care of it for you, why? Where did you get that? Why? And talking about the state of the economy or global affairs has nothing to do with whether or not I support somebody or not. It's where we are. Go to the grocery store. I haven't done an inflation report yet, like I told you we needed to, but I'm aiming to in the next couple of days because we need to keep up with prices. Are prices actually going down? Some egg prices here are starting to go down. Great. But here's the bottom line. Everything that we've been through since 2008, really, and especially since 2020, has sunk us into a hole. So this is why I say to you, what are you going to do about it? What can you do? This is why we've been having this conversation here openly on this channel, hardcore, for the last good 4+ years. Because to me, little old dummy here, if I can sit here and go, I don't have a crystal ball, and yeah, well, I may not be the smartest cookie or sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'd say this is going to cause some financial problems for the country coming down the road. You shut down the economy for X amount of years. People are sick. Small businesses are closing. This and this and this and this and this and this and this. I'd say we're in a little bit of a pickle. And it's going to trickle down. And we're going to have a lag period for all kinds of various circumstances. Now the turkeys are coming home to roost. And turkeys do roost, by the way. They love to roost high. So I'm just saying, nobody is getting out of anything. This is why we talk about preparedness. And this is why we have warned our loved ones and friends. We've done our due diligence in saying, yes, things are going to come to pass. Please keep your job. Please stock your pantry and rotate it. Please pay off any debt you can. Keep up with what you can. I know there is going to be somebody say, I had this experience or this happened to me, and I get that. There's always an exception to something. I get it. Nobody's beating up on you for it. But the majority of the complaints that we see online or from family or friends or whatever, I hate to be the person to say it, but the elephant in the room is, what have you been doing the last 3 to 5 years? You mean to tell me you haven't been able to do anything for the last 3 to 5 years? And you didn't know that Trump was taking on this type of economy? whether you agree with some of his decisions right now or not is not the point. It would not have mattered if your daddy had been voted in as president. Whoever was coming in was getting this, and you're the one that's being sacrificed for it. What have you done to put yourself in a better situation for when that is when it was going to happen, or better yet, now that it is starting to happen? This has been happening. Yes, people are in a bloodbath. We have been in a bloodbath. That is a literal economic term, okay? Somebody tried, you know how they tried to twist that last year and say all this stuff. No. Whether you like Trump or not, he's already told you there's going to be a lot of pain. I think that's a nice way, that's the most you're going to get at this point of an admission in terms of how bad of a state our economy is in. And some of your most well-known people will sit here and say, it's like a 90% chance you're going to see a recession this year. No, you're not. You're already in it. The real people in the economy are in a recession. At a minimum, it's deepening, and you've been here a long time. So I don't sit here to bash anybody. I voted for Donald Trump. You all know that. Some of you may not like that. The fact of the matter is I did. And the fact of the matter is we were already in a world of hurt for various circumstances because of how much debt this country is in, whether it's at the federal level, state level with some cases, or personal levels. People want their money. The entities want their money. And I'm telling you what, it doesn't matter what you think. They're going to get it one way or another. Prepare accordingly. So by that, I want to say I'll make a separate video. Work in fives. Get your 5 cans this week. If the best you can do is pay off a debt with an extra $5, throw an extra $5 at it. Pay yourself. Do things in increments of fives, whether it's 5 cents, 50 cents, $5, $10, 20, increments of 5. We'll make a video about that because I think that's a good goal for us to set for ourselves to keep us in line of the things that we need to do. 5, keep that number in mind. That's going to be our magic number, all right? All right, well, guys, I love you. We're having rain and sun right now. Very bizarre. Hopefully we'll have a pretty rainbow, right? God's promise. God's promise. Always his promise. Folks, do the best you can. You have to accept where we are, and having a discussion on reality of where people and the economy is not an attack. It's just truth. And the sooner we accept that together and make goals and try to, have solutions, which I'm talking about the 5s, is going to be our best bet next to lots of prayer. And we have to support each other, folks. We're all in this together, and we need to succeed in order for everyone to succeed together. I've got your back. I know you've got mine. I love you. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. Stay cool out there. Stay cool. Stay cool. No matter what you're going through, pray about it. Make a plan. Get a piece of paper. Get a piece of paper and sit down in your calendar and a calculator. Start writing things out. Brainstorm. Who do you need to call? How can you help yourself? There's a ton of ways. If you don't know, ask questions here. I'll do my best to help. Or look here, all these beautiful people. They want to help you too. We want to help each other. Guys, I'm going to Hay will be here any minute. Boy, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'll keep you posted on all the turkey babies. Guys, like, subscribe, and share. 5. I'll see you on the next video.